Good morning, my dear students. Today's topic is sustainable development. Environment and economy are interdependent and need each other. Hence, development that ignores its repercussions on the environment will destroy the environment that sustains life forms. What is needed is sustainable development. Development that will allow all future generations to have a potential average quality of life that is at least as high as that which is being enjoyed by the current generation. The concept of sustainable development was emphasized by the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, which defined it as development that meets the need of the present generation without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. In other words, sustainable development means development should take place without damaging the environment, and development in the present should not compromise with the needs of the future generation. The Brundtland Commission emphasizes on protecting the future generation. This is in line with the argument of the environmentalists who emphasize that we have a moral obligation to hand over the planet Earth in good order to the future generation. At least we should leave to the next generation a stock of quality of life assets to no less than what we have inherited. The present generation can promote sustainable development through conservation of natural assets, preservation of the regenerative capacity of the world's natural ecological system, avoiding the imposition of added cost or risk on future generations. According to Herman Daly, a leading environmental economist, to achieve sustainable development, the following needs to be done: limiting the human population to a level within the carrying capacity of the environment. The carrying capacity of the environment is like a plimsoll line of the ship, which is its load limit mark. In the absence of the plimsoll line for the economy, human scale grows beyond the carrying capacity of the earth and deviates from sustainable development. Technological progress should be input efficient and not input consuming. Renewable resources should be extracted on a sustainable basis. That is, a rate of extraction should not exceed a rate of regeneration. For non-renewable resources, a rate of depletion should not exceed the rate of creation of renewable substitutes. Inefficiencies arising from pollution should be corrected. Strategies for sustainable development. First one, use of non-conventional sources of energy. India, as you know, is hugely dependent on thermal and hydro power plants to meet its power needs. Both of these have adverse environmental impacts. Thermal power plants emit large quantities of carbon dioxide, which is a greenhouse gas. It also produces fly ash, which, if not used properly, can cause pollution of water bodies, land, and other components of the environment. Hydroelectric projects destroy forests and interfere with the natural flow of water in catchment areas and the river basins. Wind power and solar rays are good examples of conventional but cleaner and greener energy sources, but are not yet being explored on a large scale due to a lack of technological devices. LPG, gobar gas in rural areas. Households in rural areas generally use wood, dung cake, or other biomass as fuel. This practice has several adverse implications like deforestation, reduction in green cover, wastage of cattle dung, and air pollution. To rectify the situation, subsidized LPG is being provided. It reduces household pollution to a large extent. Also, energy wastage is minimized. Gobar gas plants are being provided through easy loans and subsidy. CNG in urban areas. The use of compressed natural gas as fuel in public transportation system has significantly lowered air pollution. Wind power. In areas where speed of wind is usually high, windmills can provide electricity without any adverse impact on the environment. Wind turbines move with the wind and electricity is generated. But no doubt the initial cost is high. But the benefits are such that the high cost get easily absorbed. Solar energy. India is naturally endowed with a large quantity of solar energy in the form of sunlight. We use it in different ways. For example, we dry our clothes, grains, other agricultural products as well as various items made for daily use. We also use sunlight to warm ourselves in winter. Plants use solar energy to perform photosynthesis. Now, with the help of photovoltaic cells, solar energy can be converted into electricity. These cells use special kind of materials to capture solar energy and then convert the energy into electricity. This technology is extremely useful for remote areas and for places where supply of power through grid or power lines is either not possible or proves very costly. This technique is also totally free from pollution. Mini hydel plants. In mountainous regions, streams can be found almost everywhere. A large percentage of such streams are perennial. Mini hydel plants use the energy of such streams to move small turbines. The turbines generate electricity which can be used locally. Biocomposting. In our quest to increase agricultural production during the last 5 decades or so, we almost totally neglected the use of compost and completely switched over to the chemical fertilizers. The result is that large tracts of productive land have been adversely affected. Farmers in large numbers have again started using compost made from organic waste of different types. Earthworms can convert organic matter into compost faster than the normal composting process. This process is now being widely used. Indirectly, the civic authorities are benefited too as they have to dispose reduced quantity of waste. Biopest control. With the advent of Green Revolution, the entire country entered into a frenzy to use more and more chemical pesticides for higher yield. Soon, the adverse impacts began to show. Food products were contaminated, soil, water bodies, and even groundwater were polluted with pesticides. Even milk, meat, and fishes were found to be contaminated. To meet this challenge, efforts are on to bring in better methods of pest control. One such step is the use of pesticides based on plant products. Neem trees are proving to be quite useful. Several types of pest controlling chemicals have been isolated from neem and these are being used. Mixed cropping and growing different crops in consecutive years on the same land have also helped farmers. In addition, awareness is spreading about various animals and birds which help in controlling pests. Lizards and snakes are important in this regard. Sustainable development has become a catchphrase today. It is indeed a shift in development thinking, though it has been interpreted in a number of ways. Economic development, which aimed at increasing the production of goods and services to meet the needs of a rising population, put greater pressure on the environment. In the initial stages of development, the demand for environmental resources was less than that of supply. Now the world is faced with increased demand for environmental resources, but their supply is limited due to overuse and misuse. Sustainable development aims at promoting the kind of development that minimizes environmental problems and meets the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. Thank you.